Welcome to Day Sports. Another week of rugby league has been and gone. We're starting to get to the tail end of the season now as well. So we've got round 21. So I'll be going over my tips and predictions. Now, before we do that, just quickly as well, make sure you like and subscribe as well. Give the socials a follow. Goals to hopefully hit 500 subscribers by the end of the season as well. Right on track. So I appreciate all the support with that. So I'll have links to all that in the description as well. So went 5 for 7 in round 20, so just a quick little recap of that one as well. So pretty unlucky, I think, not to pick up a perfect round there, but we got close. So up first, Raiders, they beat the Warriors 20-18. That one, it went right down to the wire. Really unlucky. Warriors, they probably should have equalised, obviously. If not, potentially could have won the game. Kind of unlucky. Obviously their goal kicking. Harris Tavita just, wasn't able to get it done, but yeah, unlucky there. 2-point loss. Next game, Rabbithos, they gave Tigers a good thumping, 42-28. That was quite a high-scoring game. It was a fun watch. Just a bit of a mess, but still a fun watch anyway. Then on Saturday, the Broncos beat the Knights 30-14. Return of Reyno is a thing. Oh, that felt so good to watch, honestly. It has been, since May, since I've seen my boys get a W. It was brilliant. I'll talk a bit more about Reyno as well, but yeah, good to see that. Storm, they go in and beat the Roosters comfortably 24-8. Bit of dramas there for the Roosters, not able to beat the Storm, and I guess potentially Penrith as well. So yeah, some dramas there. Nail biter as well for Penrith versus Dolphins. Penrith get it done 28-26 with Nathan Cleary coming back and slotting the winning field goal. Again, I'll chat with him, not with him, sorry, I'll chat about him and Reyno very shortly as well. So Seagulls, they pumped the poor Titans 38-8, so we got that one as well. I was so close to going Titans just because of the role that they've been on, but the record against the Seagulls and the way that they've been going, especially with Tommy back at, I wouldn't say full capacity at this stage, but he's firing as well. And then another one that I got wrong there. So Doggies, they go down 20-18 to the Cowboys. I really thought they should and definitely could have won that game. Is what it is. Another close one. So that was that round. So 5 for 7. So not too bad. Not too bad at all. So I guess, so speaking quickly about the Warriors game against Canberra. So, super close game. There was many goals that were missed in that game. So I think it was Adam Pompey. He's their main kicker at the moment while Sean Johnson's out. He's very, very good kicker. So he goes off injured. And then Chanel Harris Tavita, he ends up being the kicker in that case. And I think he missed, 2, 3 goals, whatever it might have been. Shanked some of them, pretty bad, I guess. But the backlash online and the way that people have been carrying on is just completely cooked. It's disappointing. Should he be getting those? Probably, but you also got to think as well. He's the third backup kicker. His percentage I think was something like 82 or whatever it was. So not necessarily a bad kicker at all, but it's not probably something he's doing week in week out as well. He's a professional, NRL player, tasked to be a kicker. So yeah, sure. Should he be getting those? Probably. Were they the most difficult kicks? No, probably not. But he's obviously overthinking probably quite a bit after shaking that one and having some issues with it. So, just super unlucky. But you're not going to win them all. Things like that happen in this game, and I think as well, just the abuse and that's just so not on when it comes to that. Sure, if you're a Warriors fan, it is disappointing. It does suck. It's okay to be a bit cut up about it. That's fine. I'd be the same if Broncos were in the position. Like, God, don't even get me started about grand final, for example. But it is just one of those things. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I think as well, it's fine to have a bit of banter towards it. Like some of them were pretty bad misses, sure. Like it's kind of one of them was kind of funny. It was that bad, but it is what it is. And I think a little bit of banter is okay. But when it crosses the territory into abuse, and I saw as well him posting some like racial abuse and stuff like that, it's just completely ridiculous and gone too far. And there's just no room for any of that in this game at all. Criticism's fine. You can be critical towards players, but like I said, stepping over that line towards abuse and everything, it's just not cricket that. So definitely do not want to see any of that moving forward. And it's one of those things like fuck your tips, fuck your multis. Honestly, like it's just a game at the end of the day. There's just no need to be like that. So just wanted to touch on that. Another thing before I get into my tips and predictions as well is just the unreal return of some of the best halfbacks in the game as well. So start off with Adam Reynolds, the return of the king for Brisbane. Holy, did he make a difference in that game? So Broncos, lost what, six in a row. Like I said, it's been a really, really rough trot for the last couple of weeks. Reyno, being out so early as well, and just the amount of injuries and disruptions to the Broncos team. Not trying to necessarily make up any excuses or anything, but he's just such a pivotal part of that team. And you could see it when he was out there. I wouldn't even say he had the most, hands-on, like breathtaking game, but just having him out there just seemed to change that entire team. It was day and night the way that they played. His experiences, just some of the best out there. His footy IQ, what he sees, how he can lead that team around and get the outcomes. His kicking game, obviously, as well, is just insane. But I think he really opened up the rest of the team. In particular, got Walshy involved in the right moments. And yeah, he was just awesome out there, honestly. I think just him, the presence of Reyno being back is going to push this team a long way. But yeah, just whatever they do, protect him at all costs. They need to put some big blokes next to him and don't let anyone get near them. Ideally, he doesn't have to do too much tackling at all. But yeah, it's great to see Reyno out there. Broncos obviously still have a long way to go as well, but having him back is just such a massive step in the right direction. Pushing for the finals footy at this stage. So still needs a lot to go right. But if he can stay fit and healthy and the rest of the team can stay moderately fit and healthy as well, then it's just going to be massive. And I don't want to get too far ahead of myself at all, but if we keep playing the way that we played against the Knights, or if it resembles anything like it did towards, last season, then yeah, well, I think we're definitely for a shot in that case, especially with a lot of the matchups over the next couple of weeks as well. So I'd say we've got not the easiest run at all. I'd say moderate to difficult run home. Some definitely tricky matchups in there with a lot of kind of top eight sides in there. But there are games that we should definitely win. I think we got one more that we can lose. Obviously we want that to come. If you aim in at one, Storm's obviously going to be a tough one right at the end of the season, but they're probably in a position where they're going to be resting the whole team. So yeah, we'll see how that all plays out. Now, another halfback to obviously make his return, a massive one, just for the impact it has on the entire competition, is Nathan Cleary. He was out there, the Iceman. He got it done for them. Massive 2-point field goal. Yeah, what are you going to do to stop Penrith? So that was a team as well. The Dolphins, that was their chance to beat Penrith, considering they were basically Nathan Cleary plus, maybe their B-side players, essentially. They rested all their Origin players. I'm terrified to see what that team is going to look like this week when they're all back out there on the pitch. But it didn't, I wouldn't say it was, completely firing maybe in the first half, but just once again, it just felt like when I was watching it, it was getting to that time of the game again, about 60 minutes in. It was just giving me PTSD flashbacks to the grand final at this point. I was just sitting there watching going, I feel like they're going to mow them down. Like just the way it's going. And yeah, sure enough, it pretty much played out exactly like that. So yeah, that's terrifying for the rest of the comp having Nathan back, and especially once that team's fit and healthy as well and have all their Origin players back. They're going to be so hard to stop. They've been there that many times. Yeah, what are you going to do? They're going to be such a tricky team to beat. And the thing is as well, I still honestly think Broncos would be, obviously a bit of bias, but I think Broncos honestly still could be one of the teams that could do them in. Starters got to make the finals, might even got to get another chance to play them, but just the way that they play, the matchups across the pitch, like they really do have a team that can challenge them. So hopefully we can get there, and you never know, we might always see a rematch of that final. That would be insane. But yeah, that's pretty much that for round 20 at this stage. So we'll move on to my tips and predictions for round 21. I can't believe we're already in round 21 as well. This is just, yeah, insane how quickly this season's gone. We're already on that final stretch. There's so many teams as well that are going to be fighting for a top 8 position. But on the Friday night, oh, what do you mean there's no Thursday footy? I only just noticed that. That does hurt. Anyway, Friday night, we got Warriors versus West Tigers. I will be taking the Warriors. They're at home in Auckland. They're $1.25 favourites. Yeah, look, things are not going great for the Tigers at the moment. There are a few injuries for the Warriors at this stage, but I don't think that's going to be something that's going to worry them too much at this point. They've comfortably pretty much beaten the Tigers in the last couple of meetings as well. Um, yeah, they I think are going to be definitely in for a good chance of getting this one done. Tigers are weird though. You never know what they're going to kind of turn up with. They always kind of like I'd say have a red hot crack and then kind of fall off towards the end. I love seeing Roger at the back there at fullback. I think that just opens him up. I just don't think centre or wing has really suited him at all. But then I don't know what you're going to do with Chance as well if he comes back. So yeah, Roger in there, I definitely like. There's a few change ups to the side. I think as well, yeah, the halves for the Warriors have just been elite at the moment. A game, like I said, they probably should have won last week. So I think they're going to be big on the bounce back, trying to correct those wrongs from the last game. And for Noah Blake has been just an absolute monster as well. So have fun dealing with him. Yeah, I think this. I think the Warriors will win. I'm going to go 1-12 in that case though, because yeah, I feel like Tigers could definitely make it close, but I think it's going to be a tough one over there in New Zealand as well. The second game on Friday night, we've got the Eels versus Storm. Yeah, look, I'm going Storm 13 plus. They're $1.13 favourites for a reason. Eels paying $6.05, which is insane. They're playing at home as well. Yeah, have been a bit of a tough team for Storm over the last couple of years, but with no Mitch Moses, that's season done. I will be amazed if they somehow come out and won that. Keep a live bet option open on that one in case they start going well, but yeah, I just don't see that going well, especially a Storm that is just on an absolute hot streak at this point. It is insane. So they're 5 for 5, while Eels are 0 for 5. Storm, now this would be a good margin to get on as well. So their last two run-ins, Storm beat them 48-16, and then the prior to that, they beat them 46-16. So if you jump on, I reckon either of those, but honestly, this could be a scary one for the Eels. I think they'll be lucky to get many points on the board at all, and they could see 50 get put on them. It's going to be a tough one. The way that the Storm team is just firing at the moment, yeah, it's going to be such a tough one. It is Gutho's 200th game. I'd love to say that he's going to score a try, but yeah, I think that's going to be tough. And just quickly going back on the previous game, on the Wales game, so I'm going to go with Roger Tuivasa-Sheck to get over any time in this one. He'll probably play 3 minutes of the game, just like he did last week, but Suafalonga, he's going to go over any time. That team, though, is just insane. And you've still got Munster to come back into it as well, which is just crazy. So yeah, good luck to Eels fans. You probably want to close your eyes on this one. I think it's going to be a pretty rough ride for them. Yeah, Storm 13 plus all the way on that one. So that leads us off onto Saturday. So game up first, 3 p.m. at Suncorp Stadium. We've got my Broncos playing the Bulldogs. So once again, massive game for both of these teams. Broncos, I'm going with them. I'm going to go 13 plus actually on this one. So they're $1.34 favourites over the Bulldogs, paying $3.30. Broncos, they've got it done over the Bulldogs the last couple of run-ins, and I think it's going to be quite a good test for the Broncos unit at this stage to see where they're at. Yeah, so last time they played, they beat them 44-23, and then prior to that, 34-14. So Bulldogs, they've won 3 of their last 5, while Broncos obviously just had the 1 win in their last 5 over the Knights. But Broncos now, with all those players back in, it's just a completely different team, compared to the one that we've been seeing probably for the last like 6-7 weeks or so. Yeah, like I said, if they can stay fit and healthy, it is going to be a good run home. So I think honestly, everywhere across the park as well, we're just better lineup at this stage. Yeah, I think Payne Haas is going to be steaming over the top of people. I think Paddy as well is just going to be murdering people. Ricky's probably going to put some. I'd love to see a collision between Kick Out and Ricky. That would be a rough one. But yeah, I think it's going to be good. One thing I do love is Blake Moser being in this side. I hope he gets a bit of a run as well. He really, lit up the Broncos the last time that he got out on the field. One thing I don't really understand for this one is Kevy putting 3 hookers on the team for this one. So we've got Blake Moser, we've got Smoothie, and then obviously we've got Billy Walters in there as well. Yeah, bit of an odd match up there, but I think with this one, you've pretty much got all-out attack team versus pretty much park the bus, all-out defense really in a way. Bulldogs, up there in what second best defensive team in the comp or in the top three, something like that. Broncos obviously have had their issues for the last little bit, but you see what they can do once they unlock Reece Walsh and some of those other players, as well as getting Cobbo back this week. Just adds to that attack even more, which is just insane. So yeah, I think yeah, the Broncos probably are going to have some points scored against them at this point, but I think the Doggies are really going to struggle to score. And the Broncos, yeah, they just got the ability where they'll be kind of however for the first 20, maybe even first half, and then here's 5 tries. So yeah. This is almost a sure pick week in, week out, but Reece Walsh, he is my anytime try scorer for this game as well. I think he'll be getting over. I wouldn't surprise if he crosses for a double and sets up like 2. So alrighty, so on to the next one. This one is a little bit of a doozy. So we got Cowboys versus the Sharks. So this is up in Townsville. So Cowboys getting 2 back-to-back home games. They're $1.73 favourites over the Sharpies, paying $2.11. With this one, I'm going to go the Sharks 1-12. I think that they can get it done. They have absolutely pumped the Cowboys in the last 2 run-ins that they've had. Last time they beat them this year, 42-6 as well. So Cows, they're running fairly hot at the moment. Their Origin stars, in particular, say Tommy Dearden, and that really turning up for them. They have the ability definitely to win this game, but I think Sharks coming off the bye as well is just going to be a really tricky one. I think their play style of footy as well is kind of going to worry the Cowboys a little bit. So obviously they had that close game last week against the Bulldogs, but once again, Bulldogs not known for their attack at this stage, while Cowboys have had a bit of a shaky defense for this entire season. While you got the Sharks that are a very much attacking side. They do have some young fella back there for Kennedy, who's ridiculously suspended at this stage. So Liam Ison's making his debut, so that'll be interesting. No Nico Hines as well, but I think the combination between Atkinson and Trindle will be more than enough. I've been really impressed with how Trindle's been going this season as well. So yeah, I think they're going to be more than enough to get it done over the Cows. It should be a good game. I think it's going to be close. Yeah, within probably 2 to 4 points in that case. I think, yeah, it should be good. I don't know why I'm backing the Sharks, to be completely honest. I'm not overly confident about this one. But yeah, look, they're in the top of the ladder for a reason. They should be able to get it done against the Cows, which would actually work out really well. I'd love the Cows to lose this because we need them to drop out so the Broncos can get in there. But anytime, I'm going to go big Tommy Hazelton to get over. I think he's scored in the last 2 times I've played against the Cowboys. I think he's just going to run over the top of somebody. He's coming off the bench, so it's a bit of a big call, but nah, big impact play from Big Tommy. He's going to go over. Alrighty, so what have we got next? We've got Roosters versus Manly. Oh, this is a good game. This is a nice one. So we got Roosters. They are $1.43 favourites, while Sea Eagles are $2.86. I'm going to go the Roosters 1-12 in this one. I'm kind of not overly confident, I'd say, about it. I think they're going to be after a little bit of revenge as well. So they got beaten by Manly earlier in the year. Roosters beat them in their run-in before that. They're both 4 from 5 in their last few games. I think after the defeat that they had against Storm as well, they're going to be out to prove something. Home game as well is massive for them, but yeah, the attack of Manly, they've just been I really enjoy watching Manly, and I don't know if that's just the brainwashing from the Hello Sport podcast or if it's just they're just a fun team to watch with some really likable players, I guess, in there as well. But yeah, you can't deny the way that the Roosters have been going this season. They haven't been going, I'd say, amazing though against the lower sides in the comp. Obviously, Seagulls are like fifth or something like that at the moment, so I think this could be quite a test for them as well. But yeah, I think they will get it done. A few changes out there, it looks like, as well, for the Roosters. They have Spencer Leniu starting as well, so sure there's going to be a lot of impact there. They got some big boys on their team, but I guess as well, Manly as well have a pack that can kind of keep up with them physically as well. I think a real, decider in this one is going to be your DC and then your Tommy Travojevic, obviously, as well. So DC, he just has that experience to crunch these type of games. And Tommy's just a freak. So we're going to see how that's going. But I think at the moment, I saw something saying like Tedesco might be leading Dally M points at this point, or potentially as well. So he's having a freaky season as well. well, which is wild considering he missed out on Origin, but I guess that's really allowed him to focus on clubland as well. I think, yeah, like I said, they're going to be really trying to back up after last week and have a massive bounce back. And yeah, big stakes for Manly as well, because if they lose this, they could quickly fall out of the eight potentially as well. They're right in there at the moment, but it's just such a close contest. And yeah, that's pretty much all for this game. Anytime try scorer, I'm gonna go with Tommy Talau to get over the line. I think he's gonna get it done. Alrighty, so next one. So Sunday we've got the Dargans versus Penrith. There's pretty much only one way that this is gonna go. And it's going to be Penrith 13 plus. They are $1.26 favourites to the Dragons, $3.90. They are at home, so that's great for the Dragons. But yeah, and they beat the Panthers last time, but that definitely was not at full strength, that's for sure. And Penrith beat them prior to that. Penrith 4 out of 5 in their last, and then 3 for 5 for the Dragons. Dragons have done a lot better than anyone would have ever expected this season, that's for sure. Yeah, I guess we didn't expect them to go so well, but they never kind of pick up that wooden spoon. They always will get a couple wins. I think they're going to definitely drop down further over the next couple of weeks, so they're sitting at ninth at the moment. But yeah, so you're just about at an absolute full strength Penrith team. No Dylan Edwards at the moment, so he's just nursing an injury at the moment. But all the Origin stars come back in. So you got your To'o, your Luai, you got your Liam Martin, your Isaiah Yo. That's just crazy inclusions coming back into this one. I think you're just going to see Nathan Clearly as well get better and better and better over the next couple of weeks. Fingers crossed he can stay injury free. Well, yeah, kind of in a way, as long as they don't play Broncos, to be honest. Yeah, I think they're going to be able to roll through Dragons. Dragons, they could definitely put on some quick points, though. They've got the ability to do that with Salone, Lomax, guys like that as well. They can pull out some pretty freaky stuff. But no, I think Penrith are just going to be way too much, and so many of them are just in like all-time form. If Luai can carry any of that, that Origin form over, and well, I guess that's kind of how he's been playing the whole season anyway. I think he's having probably one of his best seasons. So if him and Cleary can get their chemistry back together along with the rest of the team, they're just going to be way too hard to beat with guys like Moses Leota and James Fisher Harris running over the top of people. Dragons, they're a pretty big team as well, but yeah, you're dealing with the absolute best of the best of the Penrith team. So yeah, they are going to be a little bit too much. As for anytime try scorers, I think I'm going to go with, I think Liam Martin. He'll be running off Cleary. Yeah, I think he's going to find a nice line and crash over as well. Okay, so next game on Sunday, we got Dolphins versus Titans. This one is at Suncorp Stadium. I think the Dolphins are going to get this one done as well. I think they're going to get it done 1-12. Titans, they got a bit of a touch up last week. They'll be looking for the bounce back. Dolphins, yeah, very unlucky not to get it done against Penrith. I think Wayne's going to have the whip cracked for them as well, and I think they're really going to turn up big. They are really close to slipping out of the eight though, so it's a massive game for them. So yeah, wouldn't be mad if Titans got it done. I don't know what has happened to AJ Brimson. He seems to have dropped off the planet at this point. I know they were looking at his injury, but yeah, he's not even named at all in this one. Yeah, the Dolphins are just looking unreal, especially with their halves. They are going so good. That back line of theirs is just electric at the moment as well. And Hammer's just a cheat code, honestly. He's ridiculous. He can just pop up anywhere. If he straightens up at all, see ya, because he's just way too fast. Yeah, he's going to be a real problem as well. And the forwards for the Dolphins, they've been going really well as well. The only thing that I probably, he's going fine at it. Maxi Plath at hooker. He's just not Jeremy Marshall King. Marshall King's probably one of the best hookers in the comp at the moment, so it is a little bit of a loss there. Not that he's going bad, but it's just, I don't know if it gets him on the same front foot in a way, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. And yeah, I think it's going to be a tough one for the Titans, but they definitely have the ability to pull this one out as well. It's a bit of I'd almost say a coin flip of a game. Nice little Queensland clash there, but I've got to put Hammer down to score anytime. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if he just scores every game forever now. He's just an absolute freak. So yeah, we're going to go with the Dolphins. Last game for the round, we've got the Raiders versus the Rabbithos. So the Raiders, they're $1.66 favourites, while the Rabbits are $2.23 underdogs. It is in Canberra again. Oh, this was a little bit of a tricky one. I love the way that the Raiders looked with Fogarty back in the team. It is such a difference. His kicking game, he definitely has the ability to just kick teams to death. Very similar injury, obviously, with Reyno and the situation that they're in. So yeah, we'll have to have a look at that. But I think as well, I'm going to go the Rabbitohs 1 to 12 reluctantly. I think they were very unlucky. No, they smashed them last week. Sorry. Yeah, no, yeah, they're on a bit of a roll at the moment. They'll get it done. Um, yeah, I've been loving, I say it week in, week out, loving the halves combination with a team that you got Trell coming back into as well. It's just going to look better and better for them as well. I think Jai Gray, he's been doing a good job at the back. Tane Milne, what the heck happened to him? He had an absolute shock of the week before. And then last week, what did he score a try or something like that? Set up two. He was just all over the place. It was insane seeing the difference in it. But no, I think they've definitely got the team to get it done. It's going to be a close one, though. Always going to be tough in Canberra. Yeah, Fogarty's really the weapon here, though. So, but on the other side, you've got Jakey White and Cody Walker. So, yeah, bit of a tough one there. I'm going to put down anytime. I'm going to go Jacob Gagai. I think he's going to get over the line in a close one there. So, alrighty, that pretty much does it for the tips. Now we go on to my tips of the week. So this one is very much all about the fullbacks. So I want to go Roger Tuivasa-Sheck to get over anytime. Now, this one might be reaching a little bit. He's probably going to play, like I said, for like 2 seconds, but I'm going to go Sua Falongo to get over the line as well. Reece Walsh, he's going to score, and I'm going to go with Tom Trebojevic to cross for 4 points as well. So, those are my picks for the week. Hopefully, we can get up on those. Like I said, make sure you like and subscribe. It means a lot, and have a good one. Catch you next time.